Yo, hi. Okay, so let me show you what I meant by like the damage are equals. So can you start it with 4 equal, like without your set as your like set desync, right? So let me show it to you what I mean. I can make 3 perfect. Uh, frostbite, frostbite, conductivity, flammability, right? So this is my main 3, and custom damage taken level 2 with Onk effect and arcane cloak, right? Not, where's the arcane surge, right? So right now they are, yeah, of course. It's just that it's my build, so I already everything. So this is the one, this is the one, and this is the one, right? And okay, why am I lacking mana? It's probably because I have reduced mana here. Right now they will be all exactly 145, right? So, and I'm gonna remove those ones, the main ones. Okay, so what I have now, 3 main like skills, right? And with 3, it works, right? So let me show it to you. Okay, I'm gonna try to start it. I'm casting, I'm waiting a bit. I'm casting, I'm waiting a bit, casting, waiting. So this is how I'm like slow starting. You see, and when I have enough recoup, I press Bladefall and it works. Nothing with the desync and nothing. It's just that you lack mana. It's not about the desync, from what I understand. And the video that you showed me, it's like clearly signs of the you not having enough. Let me try to show it to you now with the 4 this time, but I kind of don't remember vulnerability. Let me find it. Vulnerability, then custom damage taken level 2. Do I have it somewhere? I think I'm out of level. Oh, it's. I think I'm out of custom damage taken level 2. I think that is. Do you happen to have custom damage taken level 2? Let me. 2-8. Why is like not showing if I type level 2? Okay, here's this one, right? So vulnerability, level 2. And I need to remember the exact... What was that? Onk effect, potentially, right? Another arcane, not arcane by arcane search. 86. Empower question mark? No. It will be faster for me to try to find it in my PUB, I guess. Could have it somewhere here. For the vulnerability. Desecrate, vulnerability. Okay, efficacy, Hexbloom, Concafet, and Enhance. Enhance. Hexbloom. And now it's exactly 145. So every single one of them have 145. And they're like not desync from the beginning, right? Let me even reset the instance. And let me try to do it. With this much mana, I don't think that I will be able to start. Okay, let me try to get another clarity so that I have more mana in the pool. Clarity, level 1. Okay, now I have a bit more mana. Let's slow start. 1, 2. You see, it's like back into 1, 2, right? Okay, what? Something wrong. Okay, for some reason now it's not working and I feel embarrassed. What happened? Weird. Oh, I know why. Because of the ordering. Because it's in the same one as those 3. I hope it's the problem in the ordering, right? So if I move it right now back to the like below, somewhere here, right? And I start to 1, 2. No, it's not the ordering. I guess I need to open my stream and to see how I managed to do it, like with the 4 skills. I tested it with the 3, 4, and 5. Maybe I was doing it as I said, like start the loop. Yeah, now it works. Okay, so you're saying that this is because of the desync, but desync where? Where exactly the desync is happening? Because yeah, it works this way. But why it only... Okay, so yeah. What the next question? Why it works like only first 2 times? Why first 2 times? Why the loop with the 3 is self-sustaining, but as soon as we introduce one more, it breaks? Next question. So why it works only twice? Once, twice, and that's it. Full mana, full everything, and it just doesn't work. It gets resets. So it behaves exactly like it behaves with the like just 2 skills. If I remove everything and just use 2 skills, it's going to short cycle 1, 2, and that's it. 1, 2, and it stops. So right now 4 behaves exactly as 2. So this is like the same problem. The like biggest question is why. Can I start with the blade for just 3? Yeah, you see, I kinda not able to start 3 with the blade fall unless I get enough recoup. So with 3, it's recoup problem. But why with 4, it's not a recoup problem? Okay, so this is the question. Why with 3, it's a recoup problem, but with 4, it's desync problem? What changes there? So the question is why? The problem might be in the ordering again. I can try. I don't think that I have. Yeah, I probably have somewhere. I'm gonna lose my specters. The problem might be in the ordering and that it's the like single custom damage taken, but I tested it like with separate skill. So can I 1, 2, and 3 and put... Yeah, it's just that I don't really wanna remove my specter. Well, whatever. But then again, if you're saying that the order doesn't matter, let me try to prove it to you. Maybe, what if I swap the order around like this way? Okay, this way it works, right? But why it doesn't work with like my setup? My default view. Where's my skills? 3, the hands, custom them taken. Right? So right now I have this setup. 3, 4, right? And why it works with this ordering, right? Why it works with this ordering when the top 3 here and the last one here, right? Why it works? And I need to test it here because unfortunately I have specters, so my desecrate sometimes VG doesn't consume corpses in the hideout because of it. Oh, and I need... the mana cost is bad because I get this one, clarity, 118, 118, 118. So now it's perfect, and I can start it here, right? It will work. Again, slow start and everything. You see? It works. And I'm looping. It works. Without the mana issue, without the anything. So why this time it works? Why the previous time it doesn't work? Is it because the threshold is different, as you said? Right? Yeah, it makes sense, because like Desecrate, wrong mana cost, but the threshold is the same. But the mana cost is different, right? But what if I just change the order of VD around? For example, it's not the first, but it's last for now. It doesn't even need to be the VD. I can just move the Crackle Lens here, right? So you see, it doesn't work. You see, it back to that like 1-2 cycle, that 1-2 problem. You see, I'm not able to start. So what's the problem? Which time? You see, Desecrate still above, VD is still above the Desecrate in the order, but it doesn't work. Because I just changed the position of my top 3 skills. And if I move Desecrate from here to here, it won't work as well. Predictable heretic. And also, I have the Convocation right now here, so if I remove it as well... Yeah, I forgot to remove this one. It still doesn't work. You see? You fall short of his mercy. You are unworthy. You see, sometimes Desecrate just casts itself, and that's it. And because of it, it breaks the loop. You see? You see it doing like this little dance move, as I call it, like, right? It's not cycling, it's supposed to be. And if I try to spam, so right now I'm spamming my main skill, it does 1, 2, 3 cycle, and then Desecrate double casts. It costs 34 mana. 34 times 3, it's 90. No, it's 112. So it might be something with the cost of the Desecrate, but let me try to increase it and see whether it changes to like 1, 2 cycle. Desecrate, where is it? Highest level that I have? This one. Oh, it's too high. Level 6? Yeah, level 6 works. So right now the cost is 48. So if it casts like 3 times, it should be over the cost. So will it work twice now? No, it's still 1 to 3. Hello, what do you mean by new assassin? They released some announcement or what? What do you mean by new assassin? Now you see, it's still doing 1 to 3 cycle and then it resets. Even right now, the mana cost is like more above. Twice as much, right? So 48 times 2 If it casts 3 times, it will be overflowing. Previous time it was like kind of pretty close, but where? Where did you guys see this information? Their YouTube channel? From where you got that information? PoE Assassin Rework. Found it on Reddit, but like, who is the source? GGG? Okay, let me read what they changed. Okay, so what first? The gain elusive, if Grace, nothing changed here. This one, 30 maximum non-critical maximum power charge. Trigger level 30 assassin mark on attack critical strike. And you have no mark. Useless, pretty terrible. This one base, oh no, they like base spell critical equal to the main hand of the weapon. It also pretty bad. Oh no, it's base. No, base is okay. So basically we get the helmet slot back. 100 critical strike. Oh, we can choose. 100 critical against not like Culling Strike. Against cannot be reflected, terrible. Yeah, all damage can poison. Yeah. This is like, yeah, this is great. Well, to answer your question, Sozor, if you're still here, you might be able to use the Assassin now, but the biggest problem is that it's pretty close to impossible to sustain mana cost. If you want to make like that my version of the build, so the Pathfinder kinda must, but basically, yeah, you can. You can. So you're gonna use those 2 points, right? Obviously for all damage can poison. Physical damage recouped. And what will be the last one? Power charge, maybe? What about this one? Yeah, they're pretty bad. Assassin mark. Base critical. You might want to take this one and scale with the perfect agony. Yeah, mana's cost is really bad. If you want to go to the like, what's the glove snail soul ascensions, right? If you want to go that route, you definitely won't have enough mana to cast it. But if you want to go something like a bit like less mana cost, yeah, it definitely can work. So basically, you can just like look for any original scene spark, and this is basically it. So I think I would take like obviously all damage can poison and maybe base spell critical chance and then go perfect agony route. Yeah, new ascendancy, well, I don't think that it's that great. The problem is that it will be better to play Trickster and get just Forbidden for all damage can poison. That's it. Okay, I guess back to the testing. So I don't think so. Not a lot of people play poison builds, so I don't think it would be like giga costly. Well, it all depends on the other changes, you know? You haven't seen the patch notes. Okay, so what I need to test right now... I think the problem, Smash a lot, might be right now in the interaction between VD... Yep. Bon appetit. So the problem might be in the interaction between Volatile Death and Desecrate right now. Right? Because when I had... No, it still doesn't work with like 3 ideal and the 4th one, right? And right now it might be working because, again, as you said, it desynced because VD doesn't have the corpses, right? What if I move, like change the order this way? Will it work? Seems to be working. Okay, let's try this one. Change position now. No, it still seems to be working fine, right? But no, you see, right now it's much slower, like billion times slower. You see, it's like not even... Oh, because I'm not... No, never mind, I'm stupid. I forget to click the Blade for Throttles. No, it works fine right now. What if I swap it back and right now we have some corpses before? Will it work? No, it seems not to be working. Yeah, so was like, yeah. It actually was a problem with the interaction. Yeah, so with this one you're correct. Because VD doesn't have the corpse, it don't trigger, and then it works. So I guess I failed successfully with this build. But then again, the biggest question, why it doesn't work with 4 skills? It's still the question. Why it doesn't work with 4? Yeah, let me try to test Perfect 4 again, but this time, so I will have more mana from the beginning. Remove this one. Those spells. Get clarity here. Get back on the... I don't lose it. Okay, this time, remove this one. So those are... Remove the skill. Perfect 145. Introduce the vulnerability back. Right? 145, perfect. But this time, I'm gonna try to do it without the Petrified Blood, right? So this time I have much more mana. Let's see. Generating really slow. One, two, and doesn't work. Yes, so this is clearly not a mana problem. But if I'm not mistaken, I tested it with the 4-in-1. Yeah, so, but again, the question, why? Why it doesn't work? why it works with 3, right? With the ideal mana cost and everything, but with 4 it doesn't work. I don't think that that your equation 500 and everything with the 3 it should be the same with the 4, right? Okay, what about ordering? I make it much lower in the priority. Party was
You fall short of his mercy. Predictable.
I'm killing myself without the. But where's my petrify?
You fall short of his mercy. You fall short of his mercy.
Respond to the trades. Okay, so why it doesn't work with 4? Also, what if we change the what it's called? We change the introduce one more customer damage taken. So instead of being 3 in the main one, let's do 2 and the third one in the other one. Let me test it this way. Level 2. Level 2. Okay, another level 2. Gonna all skills. Produce one more for let's remove flame ability here in the first one. Concentrated effect and search. This one. Clarity. Okay, so let's test it now. Right now I have 2 skills here with the ideal mana cost, 1 skill here, and like 1. Let's see. No, it still doesn't work. Is there like any concentrated 140? Arcade Switch is 130. I can find any 130 that can support courses. I don't think. Maybe Swift Fiction? Fiction 140. Perfect. So I can separate them even more. Even more. Now, the only thing I need is one more level 2 pass on them. Level by 2. Here. Fiction here and another game. Yep, so now all of them are in the separate links. All of them. Let's see whether the 3 works. Remove like this one. Yeah, it seems to be the mana issue now. Let me test. Why the recoup is so bad? Have the clarity enabled? Oh, I don't have the clarity. Let's... So you see right now with the 3, it works. Even like when they're in the different links. What if I change the ordering now? Yeah, let's say Frostbite here. Flame ability will be at the last socket. Conductivity in the second, and the vulnerability in the third one, right? Let's see whether... No, Schwarz, it's like we are trying to crack the custom damage taken gem. We are trying to do like self-looping. You can check out my latest video. Review of this build. And right now I'm just like doing some testing with the martial out from the chat. $145, $145, all of them $145. Let's reset the instance. And it doesn't work again. It doesn't seem to be the recoup problem. And sometimes, are you here, Smashlot? Sometimes the vulnerability cycles twice by itself. Why though? Why it sometimes behave this way? You see, like, not twice, but like skips one round because it's out of mana. This time it was flammability out of mana. Yeah, this time flammability doesn't cast. But the flammability should be... It should be the last one to cast. Yeah, so right now this might be the ordering issue. But if I move flammability to be the first one as well... Well, it started the cycle because I desynced it myself. Okay, let me reset the instance. Yeah, it doesn't work again. The ordering doesn't matter at all. Okay, but what if I desync them with different custom damage taken gem? Where's my other level? Okay, let's try this one. If I desync just the quality on the gem, make it off perfect. But I think I should make it not level 3. It still doesn't work. What now? 2-8, I'm reducing, but what if I wanna increase? Do I have like level 3 somewhere? Yeah, let's try to make it level 3. Now it's level 3, let's see. And I'm gonna read what you typed in the Discord in a second. Yeah, you see, it doesn't matter even if the threshold is different. As long as those 3 have the same one. Right? Can I see it right now? It has the other threshold, but the same mana cost, but it doesn't work. But what if I drop the mana instead of the threshold? Like, drop this one. Will it work? No, it still doesn't work. So if you said that we just need to like desync the skill, right now I have the fourth one with the same threshold damage but with the other mana cost, and it seems to not to be working. Yeah. Yeah, but what if I throw the other gem as well? Not only the mana cost, but the threshold as well. Yeah, you see, it also doesn't work. Yeah, but what if I start the loop? Let me try to start the loop. And now I'm gonna introduce this gem. You see, right now, even if they're desynced, it's wrong. But if I get correct threshold, it works. Or is it? Mana problem? Yeah, right now it seems to be the mana issue. Or no. It looks really weird. If I try to get like more recoup and everything. it seems to be working. But right now, it might be the ordering issue. The mobility, okay. Is there like anyone on the second slot? Yeah, this one is second. This on the third. Let's make it on the fourth one. You see, now I changed the ordering and it doesn't work anymore. Let me try to restart it. It works. Change the order and it doesn't work again. You see? Are you here, Smash a lot? Even if I try to start the loop with 3 perfect skills in the different custom damage taken setup so they don't affect each other, if I try to introduce one more, it breaks because of the ordering. At least from what I understand, because of the ordering, right? If, like, look how it behaves, show, like, nothing works, right? Or I might have the mana issue because when I spam it doing it off cooldown, but then again, if I remove it and go back to like position 1, you see what it's doing, like it's doing this little dance. But if I try to maybe vulnerability also to the first socket. Yeah, so let me read what you typed in the Discord. Function to simulate what says for the 4 gems. Okay, trigger A. Take 1 damage, Q. Attempt to trigger A. Trigger A, take 500 damage, Q. Shouldn't we add A to the Q? Why A wasn't in the queue after first trigger? Or am I forgetting something? Oh, I see the queue. Oh, never mind. I see the queue. Q, A, B, C, D. Attempt to trigger A. Trigger A. A goes to the cooldown. The queue is empty. Why the queue is empty? Am I missing something? Why is the queue is empty on the first trigger A? Shouldn't it be BCD? Trigger B, take 500, so those got overwhelmed. Overflow. Attempt to trigger C. Trigger C. And it's because of your recursive call, right? Yeah, but I still don't quite understand why we create another queue. Okay, anyway, trigger B, take 500. So everything except the B. A is already on the cooldown, so B is the only one. We add CD to the queue. Attempt to take, yep. But the B... But after we trigger B, shouldn't it go to the cooldown? Because it just triggers, so if it triggers, it means that it, like, the mana spent, it means the skill was casted. Oh no, everything's okay. My bad. 500 Q CD, attempt to trigger C, trigger C. 500 damage. So it means B is off cooldown, it doesn't count anything. 0 for itself and one more for the D, right? Q is empty. Attempt to trigger D, D doesn't move. Yeah, nothing moves. So this is like the results. Yeah, I agree with it. Take 1 damage, we get over. Q is BD now. Trigger B, so 500. UAC. But yeah, AC attempt to trigger A before D from the previous Q because this is the inner Q. AC 500 damage. Trigger A. Trigger A. QD. And it tries to trigger itself twice, right? Because it's already in the outer queue, and we try to make it into another queue, right? Take 500, attempt. D is in the previous queue. And why it appeared in the another queue? So this is probably the problem, right? Why the order changed? Can you change your code quickly to see how it behaves if we uh, process the outer queue first before we go into another one? Yeah, so let's just compare two behaviors, right? So how it behaves when you go recursively this way, right? And how it behaves separate. Because this might be the problem. It gets queued again. Take 500, trigger A. After we trigger A, B is still on the cooldown. Another 500 to D. D is 500. Trigger D and bring us, yep. Since everything's on the cooldown, nothing gets consumed. But then again, even so, it doesn't really. It's the 1000 error, DN? It might be something like Russia blocking it. I don't know. Let me try to check it myself whether I have this one. Yeah. I know it doesn't work for me. And honestly, I have no idea why. I tried to clear the cache and everything. I tried to troubleshoot it, but nothing seems to be working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. On like 2 days ago, it was working fine. Nothing changed, and it's like not working again. So honestly, I have no idea why it doesn't work. Okay, let me try to figure out. Yo, Lunar, what's the point? Do you mean for this custom damage taken? Like it's pointless. What's the point? We need corpse pack to get more damage. The what it's called, Shaper of Storm. It's called, right? Shaper of Storms to like always inflict shock and everything. Yeah, assassin. Honestly, assassin is like not looking great anyway. It basically opened one helmet slot like from the haste, and what else? Well, what's even the point of that ascendancy point? He lost some damage. Yeah, he got some survivability in terms of the recoup, but well, it only might be the reason. That's it. But it still won't be enough. You still need to have more than 100, and the stasis prison is not that expensive during the league, so you might try to make it like in the week 1 or week 2. Yeah, so unfortunately they made Assassin another crazy strong forbidden for the what's the name? For the what's with my memory today? For the trickster. To get physical. 100 is not enough. You need to have more. It's pointless. Just buy the status prison for like 10 divine during the week 1. That's it. Oh yeah, budget version, like status prison plus 20 divines, 30 divines. You don't need to have mage blood, so the only reason I have mage blood is to overcome the problem of the annihilating light, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong, Trondian. It just breaks occasionally. 2 days ago it was working fine. Right now it's not working again. I haven't changed nothing. I have no idea. I'm gonna try to troubleshoot it a bit later today, but I'm just like too tired of trying to fix stuff on the Twitch. It just breaks. For some people it working, for some it don't work. For me it works, but if I try to view my own stream from the incognito mode, I don't see it. So it might be something with your browser. Maybe you need to clear your cache or something. It might be the reason. Because again, I can see my own stream while I logged into the Twitch, but if I try to do it from the incognito, it doesn't work. Okay, let me try to do it from the Edge browser. Do I have Edge on my... I have. Let me try to do it from the Edge. And it doesn't work as well. Because I'm not logged in. I don't know. Let me try to log in from another account. Do I have some other accounts? I hope I do. Yeah, you see, you can, but what about the PC? Oh, you can't? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look into it. Let me try to watch it from my. It works for me from my phone. But then again, it might be because it's from my account or something. Click here to reload browser. Okay, let me try to troubleshoot now. Yeah, Google says is the problem with the cache. Watch some YouTube videos. No, no, no. So right now, Lunero, like we have some another PhD guy for the castle damage taken in the chat, and it doesn't seem to be the life problem. Again, in the hideout doesn't matter for the life and everything. The problem lies in the skills itself. So Mashalot has some script written in the Python that shows you. I am using VPN, but then again, if I watch my own stream, it works. But if I go from another browser or like maybe from incognito mode, it doesn't work. But yeah, I'm using VPN. I'm not able to stream and use YouTube without the VPN because it's blocked in Russia. But then again, why it works sometimes, right? Okay, let's try this one. The stream might turn off. Let me see. But it should be back pretty soon. I hope. Okay, let's see whether this helped. Nope. Okay, let me check the. Let me quickly try to find a solution. I might cover something. Oh, doesn't problem. Oh, I might know what is the problem now. Might be problem with the solution of the stream. Can I somehow stop the stream on the Twitch but in on the YouTube? I don't think. Yeah, and I pretty much know why it. Well, no, I don't know why it happened. Yeah, sometimes just the settings got reset. Like for some reason they reset sometimes. My OBS. I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be the problem with the resolution now. So I guess I can easily fix it a bit later. Yeah, I also remember it. And again, the funniest thing is that I haven't changed anything. Yep, see ya. I guess for now, I don't really see a point of trying to figure out something else. Wow, Smashers. What's the name again of Smash a lot? Changing his script. We might be able to figure out something, but yeah, at least now I know why my stuff works. But I don't know why it doesn't work with other skills. So this is the problem. And then again, if you still heal Smash, I forget the name again. Smash a lot. Why it doesn't work with like off mana cost? Why that one with low? Well, it probably because no, it's obviously because the damage is not enough for them. Okay, what if I increase the mana cost? Will it change anything? Okay, I guess I'm gonna stop the stream for now, try to figure out the solution of that like 1000 error and everything. And I'm gonna stream later when this martial off will potentially, when we potentially will come to the solution of this problem. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, talk to you later, guys.